Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I created this mermaid look for Halloween. This look is inspired by Desi Perkins. The minute I saw her mermaid look, I knew that's something I wanted to recreate on my channel because I absolutely loved it. So I kind of did what she did, but a little bit more like extra with the jewels and stuff. So if you guys want to learn how I created this look, then please keep watching. I'm starting off with my Smashbox Primer Oil, and I'm applying quite a bit of this to my face because I really want to give my skin a luminous, dewy finish so that the makeup really soaks in and looks natural. And then to enhance the glow, I'm going to put some of my Marc Jacobs Dewdrops all over my face. This is going to make sure that when I put this foundation on, which is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation, it's really just going to give it like a nice luminous finish, and it's going to look like my skin's wet. Which is kind of like what Desi said as well, like we're trying to mimic a mermaid, so we should look like we have wet looking skin. Now we're going to move on to the eyes, and I'm going to do exactly what she did. I'm just taking the Hoola bronzer and just enhancing like my crease. I'm not doing it as light as she did. I'm doing it kind of heavy because I really wanted my eyes to pop. But yeah, I'm just kind of like buffing it out and like using circular motions to give it like a more blown out effect. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, again, like just using like the lightest, most natural looking concealer I have, and applying very little. I can't stress this enough. You might feel like it's not full coverage enough in the beginning, but once you have like the sparkles and the jewels on, that really becomes the focal point. So just keep in mind to try to make your skin look as natural and as wet as possible. So now I'm going to go into setting the makeup, and I'm going to do this very lightly using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. I'm literally doing it only under my eyes and like slightly into the center of my face. And then I'm going to go into using my Hoola bronzer, and I'm going to start bronzing and like kind of contouring. I'm not doing it like as heavily as I normally would because again, natural, like that's the theme right now. So just doing it to really give my face some color. And then I'm going to take Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife, and this is where like the fun starts. I'm basically going to apply that glitter or like that shimmer all over my eyes and like very intensely in the inner corners. I was originally going to go in with like a little bit more of a silver tone, but I knew with the rhinestones after, like those would look very silver in itself, so I wanted to lay down a base of like gold colors. And then just to neutralize the eyes a little bit, I'm going in with the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadow in Kitten Karma, and I'm just applying that. I'm not applying it only to the lid, I'm taking it from the lid all the way up into the crease, because that way like when the light hits, it'll look like your whole eye is shining and your whole eye is wet, not only the lid space. Okay, so now I'm gonna start on making like the scaly skin. So I have a fishnet stocking here. What I did was I basically put like the foot part over my ear, and then I look so funny right now. My cheek fat's like in that like sock right there, but I had to hold the other side with my teeth. And then I took a mixture of Prosecco pop and champagne pop from Becca, and I literally just layered it, and then the final layer I went in with Trophy Wife, and you guys can see here like what a pretty finish that gave. You can really see the scales, and you could see the gold color, and it's all just meshing together. So I did it on the other side as well, but I didn't show you guys that part. And then what I did was I took my Urban Decay glitter liner in Midnight Cowboy, and I kind of just like emphasized some of the scales with this glitter. But I kind of wish I didn't do that because in some lights it just looks like random lines, like you could see here. It looks really pretty when you're like up front looking straight ahead, but when you're looking down it just looks kind of odd. So now I'm doing the same thing on my forehead, and I'm not doing the entire forehead, I'm kind of doing like an angle, so going from the forehead to the ear on one side, and I'm just using the same exact products. And this one was a little bit harder to do because I had to hold it with my hand, but you guys can see it looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do a little bit on my cheek as well. And sorry, not my cheek, my chin. I was just looking at like how my cheeks are like falling over the socks. It's so funny. But yeah, anyway, just repeat that. And then once you remove it, you'll have very beautiful scaly skin. Okay, so now I'm going to go into filling in my lips. So I'm using my Kylie Coconut Lip Liner. And I'm sticking with like nude tones for the lips, and I'm kind of taking inspiration from Desi's lip color where she did it like a little bit pinker and a little bit brighter. So I'm taking this Fenty lipstick in the color Single, and I'm dabbing that over just to give a little bit of color but not overpower it. And then because I was doing a gold look and everything was so sparkly, I did take this lip gloss I had from Bite in the shade Gold, and I dabbed that over along with my Hoola lip strobe in Ritzy just to give it like a really pretty finish. And then now's the fun part. We're gonna like go ahead and start like decorating our face, as I would say. I'm taking these rhinestones, and honestly guys, like there's no way for me to teach you how to do this because you kind of just gotta do what works for your face. I'm just kind of putting them in random spots, and I know in Desi's video she said you gotta commit to the placement, but I think that's because she was using lash glue. What I did was I bought like these self-adhesive jewels, so they'll stick on and I can see how the placement looks, but if I don't like it, I can kind of peel it right off, and then you can go in and glue them in place with lash glue, because if you were to do that before, then obviously you can't peel it off because lash glue leaves like some residue behind. So yeah, I'm just kind of seeing what works, just putting on some random jewels in random places. I'm also mixing in some pearls of different sizes just to kind of see what works best. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I'm just kind of rearranging the gems. I honestly, like, I just didn't like how it was looking around my eyebrows, so I kind of switched my imagination to have it more focused in like pieces. So what I was kind of imagining was like 3D texture on my skin in shapes of like scales, so it just looks like these are pearls are like growing on my skin. Like, it's so hard to explain, but that's the kind of imagination I was going for, just to have like really pretty like jewels and gems, and make it look like it was my skin, not so much a design. So I did like 2 pieces on my forehead, and then I started doing it on my neck. Basically I'm just placing like random pearls and creating like a downward shape, and then I'm just filling the spaces between those pearls with gems. So you guys just really need to keep filling until it looks something like this. And you guys can tell it's like very pretty, very blingy. You could barely see any skin through it. And then I just use the back of a makeup brush to press it in. And then another tip I learned from Desi is to take your glitter liner and just fill in like any of the spots where you see skin. This honestly helped so much with the look because it really made everything come together, and it filled in any little gaps and made it look like very like opaque patches of just glitter, pearls, and gemstones, which I really loved. So yeah guys, there you have it, the final look. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way when I post future videos, you guys can see them and keep in touch with me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!